In this video, we are going to take an in-use asset and mark that it needs a repair. And we are going to change the status and location of that asset. So this is going to be a backpack blower that we have assigned to Alfonso that he has told us needs to be repaired. So we're going to go into first locations, go into Alfonso, going to look view assets. So he told us that the backpack blower number 18 no longer is working. We need to get it fixed. So we're going to click on the asset. Now first we're going to do perform action, needs repair, click OK. So today's date and time, because we're saying as of today it needs to be repaired, and we're going to put a due date on us for the 15th of September. Give us about 5 days to try to get the machine fixed. And then we're going to click notes. What does it need to be done? We're going to put in, say, the throttle cable needs to be replaced. Okay. Click save. So now the machine needs to be fixed. What we're going to do is we're going to click edit. So I'm going to click the asset again. We're going to click edit asset. I'm going to change the location from Alfonso to the warehouse because he no longer has it, and the garage needs to be repaired. Okay. So in here, we're also going to add the same thing that we just put into the status notes. So needs repair, and then under status notes, we're going to put in needs a new throttle cable. Click OK. So now that we have moved it to the warehouse, it's no longer in Alfonso's group or location. So we're going to go back. We're going to go into categories. Actually, I'm sorry. We're going to go into locations. I'm going to go into warehouse. View assets. I'm going to go back into that Husqvarna blower. I'm going to say maintain asset. Okay. Actually, let's go back. What we're going to do is going to do this. View details. So in this portion of the asset, we're going to look at it from here. We're going to put in, it needs a new throttle cable. We're going to click on the little wrench key on the left hand side that says 0. That's the maintain bar. So now we're going to, in here, we're going to click the blue icon on the bottom to create a maintenance event. So if we know how much the throttle cable is, say we know that the throttle cable is $30, we're going to put in $30 for the throttle cable as the maintenance cost. Date, today's date is fine. Time, right now is fine. Expire date. So when do we want this thing done by? The 15th, which is what we're saying that we want to give it back to him by. And reminder 1 day before. Okay, and again, we're going to put in here throttle cable needs to be replaced. Excellent. So now we have a timeline to get the machine fixed, and it'll remind us a day before. And so that's it. Now we can go back to the main screen. And that's how you do changing a status from in use to needing repair. Another thing we could do actually is if we go back into that tool, view assets, if we go into view details, we could if we click perform actions, there are other options for us to use outside of just needing repair. So for example, now that the product needs to be repaired, say we ordered the throttle cable but it wasn't in Butler doesn't have it, they have to order it. So we can click parts ordered for it as well, and then we can click OK. So that will be right now, same date and time. There's no due dates or reminders, so we can just click OK and save. So for example, now that the parts for the throttle cable have been ordered, but the throttle cable is not in yet, so they cannot be fixed. Once the part comes in, we can change it to in repair. But in all honesty, if you get the part in and you can put it in right away, then you don't need to change that. You can just fix it, get it back in use, and change it right to get in use. But these are options. These are things that we should do in case we're waiting a week or two for the parts to be ordered. The other option would also be click on edit. Oops, go back. Click on perform action. If we gave it to Butler to get it fixed, we could put in repair shop. But right now we're just going to leave it as needs repair and click save. Anytime you change an action, you have to save the time and it's timestamped so that way we know when we change that action. So that's how you put in needs repair.